Welcome back to Legion Builds, where I take your favorite fictional characters and show you how to bring them into your games of Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss any of our new builds over on YouTube, Spotify, and other podcasting platforms. Today we are building one of the most beloved members of the Darkstalkers roster, and probably the origin of the cat girl fetish, Felicia. Darkstalkers is a fighting game designed by the makers of Street Fighter, featuring monsters from all over the world. If you think this is Street Fighter's Halloween edition, just drop that right now. This game is nuts. There is a zombie rock star who turns his legs into buzzsaws and opponents into basketballs. Thankfully, we're starting with the least craziest out of all of them, so let's get right into it. Our goals for today are actually pretty fun. Firstly, you are the fastest and most agile of all the Darkstalkers, even outpacing those who can fly. Next, we need to shred your opponents with razor-sharp claws. Finally, it's a little known fact that Felicia does not travel alone and can actually change into a cat. So those will be our goals as well. In all honesty, the last goal isn't important, but it sure hell sounds like fun. We're using standard point array, but roll for stats if you want. Just remember, we are multi-classing, so keep minimums in mind. Dex will be the highest at 15, as your movement is your prize ability, followed by wisdom at 14. You're a cat, so I'm going to assume you have cat senses. Charisma will be next. You are the most lovable of all the characters in Darkstalkers, even beating out Little Red Riding Hood, though a small child with a machine gun is scary. I told you, this game was nuts. Con will be next with a 12. You're a performer, so you have to keep in pretty good shape. Strength will be a 10, which is actually low for you, as you have the strength of someone 10 times your size. Finally, we'll dump intelligence. You're not dumb by any means, but we have to dump something. Felicia may look human in cosplay, but she actually is all cat. So we're going to be making you a tabaxi. Add +2 to Dex and +1 to Charisma. Dark Vision allows you to see in darkness out to 60 feet. Feline Agility lets you double your movement in combat for 1 turn. If you do not move the next turn, then you get to do it again after that. Meaning right now, you can move up to 60 feet and we're not done yet. Cat's Claws gives you natural weapons, making your unarmed strikes deal 1d4 plus your strength modifier with slashing damage. Finally, Cat's Talent gives you proficiency in stealth and perception. For background, take persuasion and animal handling. We're starting things off with Monk. 4 skills take acrobatics and athletics. Level 1 monks gain unarmored defense. Your AC is now 10 plus your dex modifier plus your wisdom modifier. This makes your AC 14, but we'll make it better here in a little bit. Martial Arts makes your unarmed strikes dex base and gives you a new damage dice for your attacks. This is a D4 right now, which you already have, but will upgrade over this build. You can also make unarmed strikes as a bonus action. Level 2 monks receive Ki. Ki is special internal energy you can use to enhance your abilities. Flurry of Blows lets you make 2 attacks with a single bonus action. Patient Defense lets you take dodge as a bonus action. Step the Wind lets you take dash and disengage as a bonus action and doubles your jump distance. Because of Step in the Wind, this means in a single turn you can move up to 120 feet. Oh wait, no, because you also get unarmored movement. While not wearing armor, your movement increases. Right now, your base movement is 40, 80 feet with feline agility, 160 feet with Step of the Wind included. This is going to also increase over time. Level 3 monks gain deflect missiles. Now, when you are hit with a ranged weapon attack, you can reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your monk level plus dexterity modifier. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have an open hand, you can catch the projectile and throw it back. You also get your subclass. Way of the Drunken Master are monks who gain even more bonuses to movement. Drunken Technique lets you take the disengage action as part of your Flurry of Blows and increases your movement by 10 feet for that turn, meaning your movement is now 90 feet with feline agility. Finally, you gain performance as a skill proficiency. Time to leap over to Druid. Level 1 Druids receive Druidic, a special language only Druids can speak. You can also leave magical messages for other people who speak Druidic. You're also a spell caster. You can pair a number of spells each day equal to your druid level plus wisdom modifier. You also get cantrips, but I'm gonna leave that up to you since I don't really want any of the cantrips. Take what you want. Cure Wounds heals 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. Jump triples your jump distance for 1 minute. Longstrider increases your speed by 10 feet for 1 hour. Okay, let's look at some combos here. With Jump and Step of the Wind combined, your jump is now 60 feet. With Longstrider, Step of the Wind, and Feline Agility, your movement is 200 feet in a single turn. And we're not even halfway done yet. Level 2 Druids gain Wild Shape. You can now transform into an animal. With an action, you can change into a beast of challenge rating determined by your level. You replace your stats with that of the beast. Everything you carry or wearing either falls to the ground or merges with your new form. In your beast form, you can't cast spells or speak, and you have the beast HP and will revert back to your normal form if you drop to 0 with no damage to your health points unless the damage that reverts you has some spillover. You have 2 uses of Wild Shape and regain all uses after finishing a short or long rest. Right now, you can only turn into a beast of CR 1/4 or lower and can't have a swimming or flying speed. Let's fix that. You also gain your subclass. Circle of the Moon Druids enhance Wild Shape capabilities. Combat Wild Shape turns Wild Shape into a bonus action. You can also, as a bonus action in your Wild Shape, burn spell slots to heal 1d8 plus spell level. Circle Forms lets you change into beasts of CR 1 or lower. You can now transform into a lion, tiger, or house cat. For your new spell, Charm Person lets you charm a humanoid for 1 hour should they fail a wisdom save. Level 4 monks gain Slow Fall. You can now reduce falling damage by 5 times your monk level. Quicken Healing lets you spend key points to heal equal to 1 martial arts dice plus your proficiency bonus. You also gain our first ability score improvement, but we need to take a feat. Slasher increases your dex by 1, bringing your AC to 15. Also now, when you deal an attack that deals slashing damage, like your unarmed strikes, you reduce the target speed by 10 feet till your next turn. And when you score a critical hit with slashing damage, they now have disadvantage on attack rolls till your next turn. Level 5 monks receive extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Stunning Strike lets you spend 1 key point to force a con save on a creature you hit with a melee attack, stunning them on a failure. Focus Aim lets you spend up to 3 key points to add to an attack roll, even after you make the roll, turning a miss into a hit. Your martial arts dice are now a D6. Level 6 monks gain key empowered strikes. Your unarmed attacks are now magical. Drunken Masters receive Tipsy Sway. Now when you're prone, you only use 5 feet of movement to stand up, and when your opponent misses you, you can spend a key point to redirect the attack at someone else within 5 feet of you. Your unarmored movement is now 45 feet at base. This means your fastest is 220 feet in a single round. Level 7 monks receive Evasion, improving your dex saves. Now you take no damage on a success and half on a failure. Stillness of Mind lets you end one effect that has charmed or frightened you. Level 3 druids receive second level spells. Summon Beast brings forth a magical beast to fight with you. Once summoned, you choose an environment type to determine the abilities and appearance of the beast. You generally travel with other cat girls, so we're going to stick with land. The beast has pack tactics, giving it advantage on attack rolls when it is within 5 feet of an ally. The beast attacks a number of times equal to the spell level and deals 1d8 plus 4 plus the spell level in damage. This spell must be maintained for 1 hour and you must command it to attack. Level 4 druids can now wild shape into animals with swimming speeds, but you're going to change into cats, so who cares. You also get another ability score improvement. Let's place this into wisdom for an AC of 17. For your new spell, Enhance ability bestows 1 special attribute onto a creature you touch. There are 6 different attributes, so do me a favor and look these up yourself. I have a lot to write today. You also gain a new cantrip and take whatever you want. Level 5 druids receive 3rd level spell slots. Conjure Animals summons several beasts to your aid. When you cast, you decide how many you summon. 1 beast of CR2, 2 beasts of CR1, 4 beasts of CR half, or 8 beasts of CR quarter. Casting the spell at higher levels adds more beasts. This is a concentration and it lasts for 1 hour. Level 8 monks receive another ability score improvement. Let's bump up your wisdom once more for an AC of 18. This This also means you gain a new Druid spell. Aurora of Vitality radiates healing energy from you. By maintaining this spell for 1 minute with a bonus action, everyone within 30 feet of you heals 2d6, and this includes you. Level 9 monks gain improvement to their unarmored movement. You can now move across liquids and up vertical surfaces, but you do not stick, so once you stop, you fall. Level 9 monks receive purity of body. You are now immune to diseases and poisons. Oh yeah, your unarmored movement is now 50 feet base. This means your max movement is now 240 feet in a single turn. Level 11 monks who are drunken masters receive drunkard's luck. You can now cancel disadvantage on a skill check, attack roll, or saving throw by spending 2 key points. Your martial arts dice are now a d8. Level 12 monks receive another ability score improvement. Let's cap off dex for better attacks and an AC of 19. Level 6 Druids of the Circle of Moon receive improvement to their circle forms. You can now assume the form of a beast with a CR equal to your Druid level divided by 3, meaning you can now become a saber-toothed tiger. You also receive Primal Strike. Now, in your wild shape, all attacks are magical. For your new spell, Revivify lets you return a creature from the dead as long as they have not been dead for more than a minute and didn't die of old age. Level 7 Druids gain 4th level spell slots. Charm Monster is like Charm Person, but now can target anything besides a humanoid, charming them on a failed wisdom save for 1 hour. Our final level is level 8 Druid. Your wild shape can now have flying speed, but you're faster than most anything that can fly, so who cares? You also receive our last ability score improvement. Let's cap off your wisdom for an AC of 20, and you get 2 spells this round. Freedom of movement grants you some improvements to your movement for 1 hour. You're unaffected by difficult terrain, magic can't reduce your speed, you can't be paralyzed or restrained by magic. You can also use 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, and being underwater imposes no penalties to movement or attack. Polymorph lets you transform one creature into another creature for 1 hour. Its stats become that of the creature, and the new form must be a beast of CR equal to the target level. The creature stays in this form for 1 hour, or until you drop concentration, or it drops to 0 HP. Time to dive into this build. You are fast. A base speed of 50, adding 10 with Longstrider, doubling with Feline Agility, and doubling again with Step of the Wind for a maximum speed of 240 feet in a single turn. Your AC is also 20, which means even if they can catch you, they better be bringing some serious attacks if they want to touch you. Your unarmed strikes are dealing 1d8 slashing damage, you can attack up to 4 times, your attacks are magical even in beast form, and you can reduce the target's speed or stun them. You're not only bringing the party, you're also the life of the party, capable of summoning multiple beasts to aid your party, and you are a healer. Finally, you can shapeshift, effectively giving yourself temporary HP. Assuming a saber-toothed tiger, you have 52 HP in this form before you return to your HP, which is only around 120. Downside, you have a lot of concentration spells, and that's about it. In all honesty, all your druid levels are keeping you from your full potential of speed, which is 280 feet in a single turn. But will you actually use that much speed? So yeah, the only real downside is you have a lot of concentration spells and a poor health. You don't get a lot of spell slots, only 12, but these are mostly support spells and healing spells, so you're not going to burn through them that quickly. You also only have 12 key points, but once more, you don't have to worry about that. Just your normal abilities by themselves are okay. This is a good build. You have superior mobility with healing potential. You can get into the fray and get out to help your friends before the enemies even know what's happening. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this build, check out our YouTube and Spotify. We'll release new builds weekly, and over on Patreon, you can help decide what builds are released.